Hello and welcome. My name is Host Name. After years as a hotelier, I've learned that real luxury, it isn't just about the grand lobbies or the expensive suites. No, it's in the details. It's in the weight of a fork, the sparkle of a glass, the story behind a plate. Today, we are going to dive into the art of the table. I am so thrilled you're joining me on this journey with Europe Hotel School. We're going to transform your eye for detail into something that creates an unforgettable guest experience. So here's what we've got on tap for this explainer. First, we're going to train your professional's eye to see way beyond the ordinary. Then we'll dive deep into the secrets of fine china, the incredible brilliance of crystal, and the subtle but powerful language of silverware. And finally, we'll tie it all together and see how mastering these details is really the key to achieving true professional excellence in hospitality. All right, let's jump right in. The very first step on this path is a huge shift in how you see things. In a world-class hotel, absolutely nothing is there by accident. Every single object, from a tiny teacup to a big wine glass, is a deliberate choice. It's a carefully placed piece in the grand performance of luxury service. And you know what? This is exactly how a guest sees the world, and that is perfectly okay. But you're not just a guest anymore. You are a creator of experiences. So for you, this perspective is just the beginning. We need to go so much deeper, way beyond simple function, to understand the form, the history, and the immense value of every single object you touch. This slide, this right here, captures that transformation perfectly. Look at the left, simple objects. Now look at the right, valuable assets. Where a guest just sees a plate, you are going to see a masterpiece of craftsmanship. Where they see a glass, you'll recognize a story of heritage. And look, understanding this difference isn't just some academic exercise. It's absolutely fundamental to protecting the hotel's investment and elevating the guest's entire perception of value. All right, let's get into our first major category, dinnerware. I want you to think of the plates and bowls set before a guest as the canvas for the chef's art. And in a five-star setting, that canvas is pretty much always made of the finest bone china. And this slide right here perfectly illustrates the magic of bone china. It actually gets its name from, well, bone ash, which is mixed right into the clay. That's what gives it that beautiful, creamy white, almost translucent quality. But here's the really fascinating part. Despite looking so delicate, it is incredibly strong and chip-resistant. In a busy hotel, trust me, that's not just a nice feature, it's an essential quality. So the crucial point here is that these handling techniques, they aren't just about being polite or, being careful. Every single one is a deliberate action to protect a pretty significant investment. Clattering pieces can easily chip them, and stacking without separators can scratch that fine glaze. Proper handling is literally asset management in action. So when you're looking at a piece, how can you instantly know if you're holding that level of quality? Well, there's a little secret that every true professional knows. And the clue, it's usually hidden right on the underside of the plate. These names, Meissen, Villeroy and Bach, Bernard Au, these are the titans of the industry. Being able to just flip over a plate, spot one of these hallmarks, and know exactly what you're holding, that right there is the mark of a true professional. It tells you instantly that you are in an establishment that invests in the absolute best. Now, let's build on that. We've talked about the canvas. Now let's talk about the vessel that holds the wine. Because in a luxury setting, glassware is not just for drinking. Oh no, it is an instrument designed to illuminate the table and elevate the beverage itself. This slide shows you exactly why lead crystal is the gold standard. The lead that's added to the glass increases its refractive index, which is just a fancy scientific way of saying it bends light more, creating that incredible, unbelievable sparkle. It's also softer than regular glass, which lets artisans hand-cut those beautiful, intricate patterns that just catch the light in the finest dining rooms. But all of these amazing properties also dictate how we care for and use crystal. Its porous nature means it can actually absorb strong odors, so harsh detergents are a definite no-go. And crucially, the shape is all about function. A wide burgundy bowl will open up a wine by increasing oxygen contact, while a narrow champagne flute does the exact opposite. It preserves those delicate little bubbles. It's beverage science in action right in your hand. Okay, finally, we arrive at the most tactile part of the entire table setting, the silverware. This is the tool that connects the guest directly to their food, and its quality, well, that can be felt instantly. This table really gets to the heart of it. High-quality silverware, whether it's sterling or silver plate, contributes to the experience in these subtle but really powerful ways. It has a distinct weight, and what we call a mouthfeel that, frankly, stainless steel just can't replicate. And notice the heat conduction. It quickly adapts to the temperature of the food, which creates a more seamless and pleasant dining experience. And just like with China, recognizing silverware patterns is a real professional skill. Whether it's the super ornate traditional king's pattern or the clean, modern lines of the baguette style, the pattern you see tells a story about the history and aesthetic of the hotel. It's all part of the nonverbal communication of luxury. Of course, all this luxury comes with a big responsibility. Silver tarnishes naturally and requires constant, skilled polishing. And this last point is so critical. It must be washed separately. If you mix it with other metals, like stainless steel, in a wash, you can cause an electrolytic reaction that permanently damages the silver. We're talking chemistry here, not just cleaning. So, we've looked at the nitty-gritty details of china, crystal, and silverware. Now let's pull it all together. How does this very specific knowledge elevate you from a student to a true hospitality professional? This is our goal for you, sure, but more importantly, this should be your goal for yourself. The information we've just covered, it isn't just trivia for a test. It is the absolute foundation of a professional mindset. It's the practical knowledge that creates the huge gap between just good service and truly unforgettable 5-star service. So here they are, your 4 steps to excellence. First, you learn to identify with precision. With that knowledge, you then handle every single item with care, protecting the hotel's valuable assets. This then empowers you to explain its story with total confidence to a curious guest. And when you do all of that, you elevate their entire experience using every single element on the table. And this is really what it all comes down to. Your respect for these objects is a powerful sign of your respect for the entire chain of luxury. The artisan who crafted it, the hotel that invested in it, and most importantly, the guest who has come to enjoy it. So as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with this question, because mastering the art of the table isn't about memorizing a bunch of facts. It's about using that deep knowledge to craft moments of wonder and perfection for your guests. That is the true heart of hospitality. Now go and create something unforgettable.